When good incentive lead to bad decision. New research by Associate Professor Sean A. Cole, Martin Kuntz, and Leora Klepper explores how various compensation incentives affect lending decisions among bank loan officers. They find that incentives have the power to change not only how we make decisions, but how we perceive reality. Among the culprits contributing the recent financial crisis were bank loan officers who approved mortgage loans that were doomed to fail. Many of these frontline workers were motivated by bonuses and other incentives to approve quantity over quality. Critics decried their voracity, but new research suggests there was something at work beyond simple greed, setting the stage for deeper exploration of how incentives shape not only what we do, but also how we perceive reality. The question of incentive is fundamental to economics, says Sean A. Cole, an associate professor in the finance unit at Harvard Business School. A frequent criticism of bankers in the recent crisis is that they took a lot of incentive pay in the years leading up to the crisis. And when their firms lost a lot of money, bonuses could not readily be reclaimed by investors in the firm who lost money. In a new research paper co-authored with World Bank economists Martin Kuntz and Leora Klepper, Cole explores how various performance incentives affect lending decisions among bank loan officers. Not surprisingly, the authors found that loan officers were more judicious about issuing loans when their bonus incentives were tied to whether the loans performed well. More surprisingly, they found that incentives actually have the power to distort loan officers' perception of how a loan will perform. An experimental field study. In an experimental field study, the researchers set out to test the efficacy of three distinct incentive schemes for employees in charge of assessing risk and issuing loans. The origination bonus, in which officers are rewarded a commission for every loan issued. The low-powered incentive, in which officers receive small rewards for loans that perform well and small penalties for loans that perform badly. And the high-powered incentive, in which officers receive big rewards for issuing loans that perform well, but big penalties for loans that default. To begin, the researchers collected a random sample of actual application from entrepreneurs seeking commercial loans for the first time. They acquired the loan files from a large commercial lender in India, a country challenged by a dearth of variable financial data. As is common in emerging markets, many residents have no personal identification documentation, let alone a credit score. Loan officers often end up relying on qualitative information and intuition, all the while knowing that this loan may be vital to the nation's economy. Small businesses in emerging markets are thought to be among the large engines of employment and economic growth, Cole explains. But they often find it hard to get access to financing because they lack the large amount of collateral that banks typically require. So we were interested in studying this small business segment, which is difficult to lend to but could potentially have a large impact. The researchers then recruited 2009 experienced loan officers from several leading private and public sector Indian commercial banks to participate in up to 15 loan assessment sessions. Participants were asked to evaluate 6 applications per session, rating application on personal, business, management, and financial risk before granting or denying the loan. Because this application had already been processed in real life, the researchers knew whether each one had been accepted for a loan, and which of the accepted loans had eventually defaulted. But for the purposes of the experiment, participants had no information other than the data in the original application. In this way, the researchers could determine whether they made good decisions without the benefit of hindsight. Thank you.